with you?
Tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
There's negative energy if you look at it and you focus on it, you allow that to come in. There'd be a demise of your willpower. The demise of your self-confidence, what you can be and what you believe in. You focus on the negative so much, you start to believe that negative shit exists in you. That's a negative, unhealthy diet. Visually. Must focus on the positive things in life. Allow them to see you on the... When you're going through your day, guys, there's a million of these examples out there. When you see them, stop yourself in their tracks. Give credit. Remember the name of that person that did something. With a common man. Overcame the odds and did the impossible. When you see that, take notice. And remember that. Because you will use that later in your own journey.
It's hard when you're young to wake up in the off season at 6 a.m. to go train and work out, knowing that all your friends are sleeping in and eating pancakes. It's hard when you're on your way to practice, weighed down with all your gear, and it's 90 degrees out and all the other kids are at the pool or at the beach, and your body is already completely exhausted from workouts and 2-a-days.
It's time to get back to work. Stop hearing yourself talk. Get off the podcast. Don't be on social media too much. Cut out fucking noise. Get back to the fucking mental lab, because that's where the knowledge came from. So for me, I must cap myself so I can come back with better, more unique knowledge versus all that cookie cutter knowledge that's out there. That's why people buy the books I have, because it's not cookie cutter.
There's this concept of quiet quitting where people are coming to work and they're just doing the minimum, doing their hours, doing their job, not volunteering or raising their hands or going, and that's it. And it raises the question, is that bad? You know? And I'm a great believer that it's all about expectation management, you know? Like I get asked about Amazon a lot. Like, do I disagree with how Amazon is run? And my answer is always the same, which is they never lied. They didn't tell you it's a magical place to work where it's all kumbaya and we all we all hang out with unicorns every day. It's really amazing. They're very open about it, that it's very, very aggressive and very rough and very competitive. And even the people who love it only last 2 years because they burn out.
Every day is a chance to win or to lose. What you did yesterday in your business, what you did yesterday at the gym, what you did yesterday to level up in your knowledge or in your network doesn't really matter. Every single day you need to show up, because you're only as good as your last shot. You're only as good as your last win. You're only as bad as your last loss. But every day the clock resets to reshape your future. The clock resets for you to reset the direction of your life. And I see a lot of people reminiscing on one side on their past wins, so they live in ancient glory that nobody really gives a about, or they live in their past failures, which keeps them down because they assume that their past failures dictate their current situation.
You guys need to understand what you don't have to do. All right? You don't have to work hard, you don't have to eat right, you don't have to sleep right, you don't have to watch extra film, you don't have to do more than what's required of you, you don't have to be a good teammate, you don't have to be a good leader. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. But you also don't have to win, you don't have to be a success in life. You don't have to help your team win. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to play. No one has to play you. So the greatest things in life take sacrifice and discipline. And that's why so few people achieve great things. Because they don't want to sacrifice, they don't want to discipline for something greater. So you see all these people that have great things in life that you look up to, it's because they were sacrificed and disciplined long before you ever knew them. That's the truth. So don't get mad later when you created your whole storm and then it starts raining on you.
The winners that I know always feel they're behind, that they should have done more than they did that day, that they could have achieved more, they could have made more, they could have added more value. That is a mindset that you can develop. That is not some kind of innate trait that I have or other people have that you don't have.
Bad things don't come in threes. Bad things happen, people don't know how to cope, and they allow one bad thing to snowball into more. Bad stuff sucks. The only thing worse is letting one bad thing ruin many good things.
The difference between professionals and amateurs. I ask that question all the time. People say, professionals get paid this and that, and No, man, some professionals don't get paid, man. I mean, the real difference is that professionals have standards. All right? You have to have a standard to measure your actions against in order to ever grow or in order to know where you're at, whether you're making progress or whether you're digressing in life, right? So you should have standards in everything.
In life, you have the physical body to do something. You have the mental capacity to believe in it. Now what the do you want? When you want something that collides all three of them into the trifecta, it makes the uncommon man remembered for generations because he achieved the impossible and changed the basic framework, the blueprint society in which we live our life. The one is in us. That X factor is in every single one of us, guys. It's a seed that's planted at birth inside of every single soul. 99% of the people never let that seed blossom into anything. It goes buried because they don't know how to nourish it. They don't know how to feed it, caress it, protect it. So it blossoms into the strength of remembrance, to be a role model, an example of passion, strength, where pride is stronger than steel, you know? That seed is not a genetic code. I mean, it's not like someone has a big seed, someone has a small seed. We all have the same seed. And it's the trials and tribulations through life that either make that seed blossom or not. How do we feed that seed? Well, there's a lot of different ways. Just like eating, there's good foods you can eat that make the body strong. Just like the visual nutrition that comes in is positive stories of people overcoming the odds. The X factor, the nutrition content is two things, two recipes. One's fear, one's failure. And they're the only two that grow it.
Like, I have something I love about it. Something I love about being put back against the corner, like knowing that there's a lot of work I have to do, feeling like I can't accomplish my goal and you're gonna have to do it. There's something so like simple and beautiful in the meaning of just doing something that difficult under that level of pressure that you're choosing to do. You know, people say you find meaning in suffering, and I think if you put yourself into like a meaningless suffering, it's kind of just, it's dumb. There's no point. You're just hurting yourself for no reason. But if you can find your meaning in just doing hard things that are as close as possible to suffering, that you're still benefiting from and you still enjoy, I think it's beautiful.
That's one of the vicious double-edged swords of having success.
And for a large part of my life, I was violently oscillating between those two things. And learning how to be in control of the actions that you take, and learning that you do have agency and that you don't have to wait to feel like it, that you're not going to sit around and wait for motivation, that you're the kind of person that is building the skill of doing what needs to get done. And that's an incredible thing.
I want you to have it all. Health, wealth, meaning, relationships at the highest level, if you feel like you have the potential. Because if you don't have the potential, then you wouldn't be watching this show. So I feel that you have the potential. And so the greatest gift you can give to yourself right now is to go out and execute. Be the black sheep. Be different. Stand out. Fail forward. Fail fast. Get up and re-execute. Execute. And when you do, you will win and you will become an asset to humanity, not a liability. You will break out of the opposition's control and you will see the world differently, and you will have experiences, by the way, for yourself and your family, the people that you love, that are unmatched and just amazing.
We do not learn in school, but in life. Life and our ability to interpret the things that happen to us give us the ability to focus and understand the things that we need to correct and improve on. To assume that one can only learn in a class environment, that the education that they receive must come from a school teacher, is an absolute fallacy.
You know, I don't know about you, Coach, but I hope that either all of us or none of us are judged by the actions of our weakest moments, but rather by the strength we show when and if we're ever given a second chance.
Don't waste your life. Set your goals high. Quit thinking about what's wrong. Start thinking what's right. Love a little more, hate a little less. You have no idea what you're capable of doing. Make up your mind today, you're going to figure it out. It's about Proctor. Thank you.